I'm Anna.
And I'm Ben.
And we are AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today we're watching Did Mob's Entire Family Get Murdered?
Yeah. And I think we're both just really wanting to get into this next episode and find out the answer to that question.
Yeah. How evil is Claw? How evil is Sho? What is Tsubomi thinking in regards to Mob?
Which is like the lesser of my worries.
Where did Reagan get his athletic clothes? There are so many questions I have,
That's
and
the
all
priority.
of equal importance. I don't really know what to expect going into this. I don't know if it's just Mob explodes past anything we've ever seen. He instantly locates something. I don't know. I don't know if he gets help from Teru and the gang. I don't know if he needs it. I don't know what. Okay, I guess my best prediction is Mob is freaking out and Dimple can't get to him, and Dimple tries to get to Teru for reinforcements from Mob and try to calm Mob down.
I mean, it is a big fire. It's safe to say that this is going to be on the news pretty quick.
Yeah.
And if Teru or Reagan know that this is Mob's house, the chances that one of them will show up before anyone has to go tell them or notify them to help Mob are pretty high. Tsubomi might run there. I don't know. I especially with how much she was in the last episode. I don't know. I think we just need to watch it.
And to just touch on last episode, great, wholesome, loved every second of it, and then it made me
it was so
into
wholesome.
a fearful,
Is that why
anxious
they did
person.
that?
Probably.
Is that why they made it like the most wholesome? Everyone's here. Everyone came out and are truly being supportive, and then they
threw me off with that whole like, oh, here's like the growth that Mob has had after he injured his knee when he was a kid versus now. Yeah. And like he's like so strong and changed and like he's finally there, and now his family's finally not there. I don't know. Are you ready?
Okay, yes, let's just watch it.
Sweet. Okay. All right, it's fine. Not real. Okay. Okay. Is it like a sonar?
Like looking for them?
Obsession. Oh my god.
Obsession.
Do you think it's gonna be like constant 100?
I think this might be the scariest emotion we've seen yet from Mob. I mean, actually, murderous intent was pretty scary.
We didn't really see it, though.
I know, but there's something different about the word obsession that almost sounds scarier to me than murderous intent. Band together. Maybe it's like in the opening when they all kind of all are with each other fighting.
You fucked up, sir.
Beat them. He's cocky. Beat him.
Is he like, you're not enough to be able to capture Ritsu?
Of course he does.
They can create dummies. Oh.
お前をどうこうしようってわけじゃねえからよ。なあ、
So,
Yes!
so this is separate?
これから行くところにお前の家族いないな。下ろせ。待て。お前の仲間や師匠が待機しとったら早く。
Does he know the
That's like when
directions?
Team Rocket flies off.
影山茂雄だ。
久しぶりだなこそ。これからは共通。なんだ。
モブ、無事か。師匠、家族が。聞こう。座れ。
俺様が状況を話す。
ちょっといいか。
うん。
とっさの嘘なのか。
全く根拠がないわけじゃ。
じゃなかったんだな。嘘がバレたら話がある。
言うのか。
モブ、お前の家族は無事だと思うぞ。向かう途中だったんだろう。事前に救出したってことだ。火をつけて偽装工作し、よかったな。安心するなり爆睡したぞ。
どういう風の吹き回しだ。
I love that we have all of Scar here.
They all left Claw.
中学生のグループに愚かさに気づいたんだ。
いるところです。レーゲン先生に習って見るものを許さねえ。
いつか襲ってくるだろうと。
発的に襲撃がなされた。どうするレーゲン先生を見て天才だと思った。
Oh my god.
物事できる男だ。
不安だ。
Finally, people are putting respect on the ones who deserve it.
大丈夫なんですかね。
Oh, Teru isn't there.
Yeah. They're texting.
Teru! And a guided question.
みんなだね。
I'm so happy. Yes!
俺から情報へ。無駄だ。
世界中の超能力者ね。黙ってるわけにもいかないだろう。警察に通報しよう。
What are the police gonna do?
They'll know. Foreigner Squad, Joseph. Udo. Okay.
Same eyes as Show, it looks like.
With those new scars. You can hack TV stations with psychic powers.
That's why I thought Mob did the press conference thing from remote.
あらゆる兵器にも勝る。下手な抵抗はしない方がいい。我々は超能力で世界を征服し、まずはこの国を解体する。新しい世界が楽しみにしているがいい。
Okay.
So Show is acting against his dad?
僕の家族の安全は
親の監視をつけてる。見ろよほら。お前が親孝行するためこっそり応募していた。
アドリブにしてもかなり強引だ。
They really, flipped my perspective of Show.
食事は海鮮と肉で選べるし、アレルギーも申告すれば対応してくれるぞ。
そう
Amazing.
いうことじゃなくて。
戦わないだろ。目を見りゃわかる。何かきっかけがないと爆発で。きっかけは与え
あったらお前どうなっても知らないぞ。
もう苦労してきたってわけか。
Trying to not piss off someone with immense power.
日本には
俺の戦闘員は約600人ほどだ。
成功確率は低そうだ。
やっぱダメだ。
The foreigner squad doesn't agree.
俺たちが一人頭120人倒せば。やった。
Oh, so many people from different
Yeah.
angles!
まず
いい連中め。俺一人で十分だ。
バリアしてみてよ。
What a nice warning.
超能力危険集団つ。
一匹の象が1000匹のアリを踏みつぶ。
だんだんかわいそうになってきたぜ。
なんだ資格だったのか。
Probably was paid more money.
だが他のメンバーも抱き込む。爪は終了だ。こ こらお前鈴木社長にそういう
The umbrella.
ことすんなよ。
ホワイトノイズ。
巻き込まれると身動きしづらく包まれたら最後逃げる。私をかわいそうだと言ったな。その言葉
してくださいよ。
Ultimate 5.
ああ、両うちの幹部たちなのにこんなにやっちまって。お前、俺
とで内部崩壊などありえない。伍長と名付
The
けた。
Ultimate
私
5.
と伍長がいるか。あいつには別の仕事を任せてある。
トビーフばっか食うなよモヒカン。
エゲン先生に謝れ小山。
テレビ見てなかった。
女性がビジネスチャンスをつかむきっか
On
けを
women's
ま
empowerment.
たこそ勝負をすることでセクハラ、パワハラ。
はじめまして総理。私、ゆうべ
ああ
制服を宣言した。本日は総理を誘拐しに参りました。
The way that he's dodging while his hands are in his pockets commands a presence.
なら嬉しいな。
動くな。
外れ。知力はないけど人の動きを先読みできるんです。ねえ。
Jesus.
力を教えてあげましょう。それはね。
Teleporting?
Teleportation.
本気です。誰です？
Show?
報道を見て飛んできたら、たまたま公園に通りに運ぶと思っているなら、苦に負けて勉強するといいよ。
面白いこと言いますね。強い。
Please.
Using everything you know. Gives me a bad. Oh no. He's such a fast learner. Oh. Do you think Teru can learn how to teleport?
I hope so.
Look at that stance. Oh god.
Can he teleport inside the barrier though?
That was such a cool shot. Okay, that was Mob Psycho, Season 2, Episode 9. Teleportation.
Yeah. Is it bad that part of me thinks it was kind of a bad idea for Reagan to have furthered the, what we know not to be a lie, but the lie that Mob's family was okay? Because, like Sho said, Mob's not going to want to fight. And at that moment, before, you know, Reagan spoke to Mob, Mob would have fought.
Well, it depends on the
They might need Mob's power to be able to actually defeat Claw.
It depends on how you spell it out for him. If you say, if you had stuck with the plan and not changed a thing, then Mob would have been probably exhausted by the time they find people, but also
That's a good point.
if he learned the truth in the middle of battle, that wouldn't really help him.
No.
I think if you describe the situation a Mob is in, Claw is trying to dominate the world, and because of that, he is trying to hurt your family and like all
This will keep happening.
Yeah.
Your family could actually be burned next time.
Yeah, then I think he would protect people.
And it's good to bring up that this season Mob has decided to not fully believe and trust everything that Reagan has taught him, and to kind of take what he's been taught and what he's learned and kind of make his own choices. He's also way more willing to use his powers and show people his powers. So the Mob of this season is much more likely to agree to save the world than the Mob of the first season.
Yeah. Were you a bit taken aback about Sho's side?
Yes. I am really loving that they did that kind of like where Sho and Ritsu, at first we were like, they don't really have anything in common, but Sho is somewhat more intrigued by Ritsu than he is Mob. And now we're learning that interest is mainly because Sho probably feels similar to Ritsu in terms of the idea of growing up with someone who is so immensely strong that you almost had to walk on eggshells in order to, kind of have everything be normal and okay.
Do you think Shimazaki is related to Sho?
Is that the leader?
No, that's the teleporter.
Oh, the teleporter? No. Maybe Big Brother? I don't know. I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, we have no reason to think so. But the leader is Suzuki, I believe. Do you think he is stronger than Shimazaki, the teleporter? Do you think he's really strong?
I have a feeling that in order to garner the respect of people that are at the level of the Ultimate Five, you have to be more intimidating.
Yeah.
Than them.
The Ultimate Five.
I know.
love it.
The scars are like nothing. They're like, even the new scars are like, whatever. But these foreigners, I was kind of excited for this plan that the foreigner squad was going to like infiltrate and take over, because that was like 120 per one of them kind of thing. Something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, okay, I like this plan. This is fun.
Joseph.
And then they just immediately... they would have beat the scars. They would have been fine. But it's this new 5 that we didn't even know existed. This even higher echelon than the scars. The ultimates.
So do you think Joseph is going to join up with us?
Oh, that would be cool. I mean, it would be awesome to have just like more kind of... I mean, it's like... It should be the Espers that want to dominate, and then the Espers that just want to live their normal lives and protect people. That's kind of like where the line is.
Yeah.
And so I feel like anyone who doesn't want to take over the world should just, climb on over to the other side. Teru will definitely welcome them with Master Reagan would welcome them with open arms.
I want to see Teru win a fight this season.
I
like a big fight.
I didn't feel like he would, but I wanted him to win so bad there.
Yeah.
But this guy, this is intimidating. Okay, let's break down what this guy can do. He can teleport, even inside someone's barrier, because he's so fast. He probably got there before Teru even put the barrier up.
Yeah.
And his skin is bulletproof. And he can't see, but he can predict all movements. Like, how do you beat that guy?
I don't know. Maybe he actually, sees through his, psychic aura.
He probably that's probably how he sees, is because he has psychic powers. His mind sees it.
I think that any anime character that has the ability to teleport easily has the potential to be one of the coldest and most badass characters in the entire show.
The design is good too.
Yeah.
It's all good right now.
Yeah, I know.
In terms of character
It's scary
creation.
how good it is.
It is.
I'm like, oh my god.
I know,
so
I want to
cool.
be love him so much, but then I'm like, oh wait, villain.
Yeah. He's really cool.
I
And
know.
I'm upset about how cool
I wish he was
is.
on the good side.
Mm-hmm.
But, would that make him cool?
In a
Probably
lesser
not.
degree, Mirio Togata can kind of teleport, right? And that's one of
Yeah.
the reasons he's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, Teru might have lost, but what do we know about Teru? He's constantly taking what he's seeing other Espers do
Very
and
true.
learning how to do it. So
He's very good at that.
he just learned how to do that barrier thing, and yes, it got shattered into a bazillion pieces, and it was 3 layers, so it was obviously really difficult for him to build. But he
also has the pyrokinesis.
yeah, he has potential to learn anything. Mob can make cars fly.
Well, talking about potential to learn anything, Mob seemingly has the potential to make anything.
He doesn't even
needs.
to learn it.
He
doesn't even need to practice.
It comes out of necessity. he's never really needed to
It's
do
like,
too much, but
oh.
every time he does, it happened just here. Like the sonar, he needed to find his family, so he created a moveset
Yeah.
that would let that
It's
happen.
just like, he doesn't need to learn or practice. It's just like, oh, I need to do that. Oh, I need to somehow do this.
Yeah.
Boom, do it. It's crazy.
So cool. I'm glad that we figured out like right away ish kinda that his parents and family were okay.
Am I glad about that? I don't know. I kind of could have lived for a little bit longer with Reagan and Dimple being like, ooh, he's gonna hate us if he knows that we lied.
I do like the inclusion that Ritsu's gonna be in the fight with Sho though.
I do too, but I almost feel like, I mean, I don't know how it's gonna go, but I almost feel like I could have gone an episode fully believing that Dimple and Reagan were like, shoot, we might have lied to him. And then finding out. But I feel like a lot is going to happen. Like, everything's going to be really fast-paced going forward.
Yeah. I don't want to say that, like, Teru doesn't win, because obviously, 9 times out of 10, he is winning in the, like, fights that we, like he
He's really good at
overpowers
torture.
somebody. Yeah, and he waterboards people.
Really
Great.
good at torture and getting answers he needs.
And, like, he does win, so I want to appreciate that. I just meant in the sense of, like, it's not really his character, too, but, like, to just, like go head on with like an opponent who is really strong, and you see like how much effort he has to put in, but then win. I don't think that would fit into his character the way that they're using him, but
what's good is I feel like he's not the type of character that'll get defeated by this.
Yeah, I think he'll just.
But I also feel like he'll be realistic. And I think it's always good. There's always sometimes those cocky characters who, even if they were beat, they might lead other people into battle with false confidence. I feel like Teru is going to be like, okay, this is what I learned from my fight. Here's all the information, everyone, about what this guy can do.
Yeah.
He's going to be tough.
He is really cool looking. That's why I'm so scared.
Great design. I'm so glad to have Sho and Ritsu as like a pair. It's like, because we loved when Teru and Mob became like an Esper friend pair, and I'm really excited. I also like the dynamic of like son versus father.
Me too. I want to see what drove Sho, if anything, to like be so against his father.
Well, when we first met Sho, wasn't there like the talk of his powers being like created, or him being a part of the experiments or something?
But he talked to his father okay on the phone. Right?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean there isn't animosity or resentment there.
Because of it?
If Claw is basically possibly torturing people into becoming stronger Espers, and you are the leader of Claw, you would want your kid to be the top of the top out of all of them.
Yeah.
And you would go to any length, maybe even if you're a villain, to get them there.
That's a good point.
And then your kid is also terrified of you, probably, and also probably wants to beat you or be stronger than you.
I am wondering if we're ever going to get the return of the anti-psychic weapons, because they seem to be on our side now. Like the creators, like whether it's the like sleep spray or the room that we had trapped Ritsu and Teru and Mob in, the anti-psychic room.
But that's the thing. Those things were things that we could possibly maybe start to overcome. So if there are people that are even stronger than that, Espers that are now in the ultimate 5 of Claw.
We weren't able to overcome it.
Well, the like spray at first, right? When Mob was able to put up a barrier and stuff.
But like the room.
Yeah, I'm just saying they're creating a power difference possibility between the ultimate 5 and who we have, you know?
I'm just trying to think of ways that we can get out of this without killing people. And if we could imprison them in some psychic prison cell, then we would not have to kill them.
Why do I feel like it just has to be Mob? Like, in the power scaling of the show, I still feel like Mob is the only, especially after this fight we just saw with Teru.
I think Sho has a good... I think
Sho and Mob.
Yeah, and...
Everyone else is
maybe
just kinda...
Ritsu. And Reagan.
They have like, what, 600 people, they said? Well, those 600 people, I doubt, highly doubt, are as strong as someone who would be a Scar or an Ultimate. So our Scars that are on our side now could definitely take out some of those people. But those upper echelon Ultimate and then inevitably Sho's father, who do we have other than Sho and Mob that could possibly
I
fight
do
them?
have a pretty good prediction. It's a little out there, but I think that it has a decent chance of happening.
Okay.
Our backs are going to be against the wall at some point coming up in the next few episodes. Not just like one of our characters, but every character. I'm thinking back to when in Naruto, characters were in the original series, seemingly all of these different people were, their backs were against the wall, all about to be killed or beaten. And out of nowhere, someone comes in to rescue them. So I'm thinking that Mob, Ritsu, Teru, Reagan, everybody's back is up against the wall. And then in the last second, Jodo and Shinra come out. And like they're like here, and Jodo especially is here to make amends with Reagan. And he's like gonna take down the enemy with them. Even if it's just like a little distraction. I want Shinra and Jodo to come out of the woodworks.
Maybe Shinra, but like my faith in Jodo not just peeing his pants right now is very small.
It's not bad to pee your pants.
It's
But
what you do after you pee
it's
your
what
pants.
you do after the pants are peed that makes you the man that you are.
Okay, my faith in Shinra is that he might pee his pants, but he's gonna keep running. He's not even gonna change pants. He's just gonna he's gonna go.
That's just the kind of person
But like,
he is.
I don't have that faith in Jodo. Maybe because I don't like him.
I don't like him either, but I don't know.
You know, maybe what we have to do is we need to like create some urban legends.
Oh yeah.
Or get some urban legends on our side. You know, get the dragger out and like team up.
I like that. One thing that I don't think I talked about last episode's discussion, because like obviously
We were scarred and scared, yes.
no pun intended. And I think that I love what they do with Onigawara in this show. I think that he could have so easily, without any loss of quality to the show, been thrown to the side. And it's just the inclusion of him makes everything better.
The side characters all have their role for pushing forward the narrative, all with the focus on Mob and his furthering.
Like at first in the show, I was worried that we were getting introduced to so many different characters because there was no like relationship to follow, like specific with a side character. But I see how intentional that was to let us know how much Mob changes and how he's gaining friends, you know?
Mm-hmm. And are starting to see Tsubomi. Like season 1, we only ever saw Mob looking at Tsubomi. And how did we start season 2? Literally going back, showing us what they showed us at the end of season 1, showing it again at the beginning of season 2, which was Mob looking at Tsubomi. And since then, when we see Tsubomi, it's her looking at Mob.
Yeah.
And I think that has me really excited, that it makes sense to me in terms of if you're pushing some type of narrative. Like, of course, she would start to be looking at him and be more noticeable for us, the viewer, that she's paying attention to him when she notices that he's changing. She could have been bored as a kid that he was constantly trying to impress her. She could have not liked that he was always wanting to make other people happy.
Yeah.
She could have been bored by it. I mean, I would probably be bored by it.
But now that it's like he's just doing stuff for himself.
She's probably really proud of him.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's always kept an eye on him, wondering if he'll always be like that.
I mean, we saw her reaction to how he treated Emmy, I think, in episode 1 of season 2. It's like she was like, okay, way to go, Mob, you know?
And we know now from the past 2 episodes that she's thinking.
Yeah.
We know that she's thinking.
What I'd give to be inside Tsubomi's brain.
I want to
honestly.
know everything she's thinking.
Yeah. You good?
She is not just a passive side character that has nothing to do with the narrative other than Mob having a crush on her.
Well, no, I agree. I think that, I don't know why, but that part of me is like, so it's one of the things that I'm most interested in the show, what they're going to do with her, because she feels so different than any like love interest side character airhead kind of like potential character, you know, that I've seen before in shows. And she's having like this subtle development-ish, but we don't really know her to begin with, really. We saw Ritsu's like opinion on her.
Yeah. If they did make it where she was in fact a love interest in the end, I think they're making the right steps at the moment to make me feel okay with that and to make me happy about that. And to not just feel like she's only into Mob because Mob's this or that. We know she's not. She stopped like hanging out with Mob all the time because she was bored by the psychic tricks.
We want Tsubomi to like Mob for the same reason Mob is liking Mob.
And she probably didn't like him because he didn't like himself.
Yeah. That's what I'm choosing to
I know,
go
and
with.
that's why I'm like, it could be satisfying if now you actually were making the steps towards them being an actual relationship.
I wonder how that would, I guess, like, end. You know, like what thing would happen eventually with them? What is this leading up to?
What would be satisfying to me if it was just like the very end, the battlefield, you know, all of Claw is like strewn out on the battlefield, defeated, and Tsubomi's just like shows up and she's like, smooth, Mob, and then goes blushy face and then the show ends.
I could see it.
Yeah, that's what I'd want.
Do you want Emmy to come back?
I think Emmy had her purpose.
I kind of want to read Emmy's story like with the inclusion of a psychic kid.
I think her part in this story ended. I feel like everyone else kind of has a place for being reoccurring for a reason, either because they're a part of something that hasn't ended yet, or they are just in a place that Mob is constantly at. And I feel like Emmy, who was already very far removed from Mob's life and his school life, had her place, and she had a really good chapter book ending, which was her being like, I should write a book about a character like that.
I'm so excited. I feel like the rest of the season is going to be this.
Exciting?
No, like this storyline.
Oh yeah, no, this is definitely the big storyline.
It's exciting.
Honestly, it opens up the question of, is this storyline so big that it won't be finished by the end of the season?
That's a really good question, because it part of me is like, okay, if it ends this season, then like, they're just gonna start a new thing for season 3? Yeah,
because Claw has been the overarching villain since season 1.
Yeah.
The big bad. And I feel like you would if you're gonna do anything new with season 3, you would have to also be ensuring that there's gonna be a season 4.
That's a good point. So I don't know. It's Mob Psycho though. They do what they want.
And we're gonna enjoy it, whatever they choose to do.
You good?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.